Hello everyone, this is Dell with Dell's Lawn Care. We have Jeremy, my son, running the camera today. We're going to do a tune-up on our Exmark 52-inch Lazer Z. This is a FX 751V. A tune-up for this would cost $300, and if you wanted to do the hydros, which would be another video, that's an extra $300. So the whole point in this video is oil change, spark plugs, both the air filters, the fuel filter, check your belts, check your blades, sharpen them as needed, check all your wires, make sure nothing is grounding out, nothing is bare wire, check your cables to make sure they're not bent in any way. And in this video I'm going to show you guys the pre-filter, the outside filter, 2 spark plugs, a fuel filter, and the oil filter on this machine. In today's tools, we're going to use a 13/16 socket, spark plug socket, 3/8 ratchet, 2 18mm wrenches, and our bare hands. Let's get right into this. We'll start with some of the simple things. To every machine that is running, a good filter always keeps your equipment running great, just like your car. Now this is your outside filter. It's not too bad. However, I believe in changing everything once a year. This is your pre-filter. This thing looks brand new. Now again, these are to be changed every 500 hours. I do it regardless once a year. Very simple to do. Anyone can do it. Just push them in firmly. Now your equipment is breathing. Much easier. We also forgot to add that we need a pair of pliers to get our fuel filter off. I'm going to start with the oil. We did run the engine prior to starting this video for about 10 minutes so that it will be a little warm and flow out easier. While doing all this, you want to make sure that your rubber here is not cracked or broken so that it doesn't leak at a later time. To help it flow a little more, I'll take off the cap. Let that drain. While that's draining, we're going to look for the spark plugs that I've never changed on this machine. Never fails you. They put it in a hard location every time. Use our spark plug wrench. This is a new one and a used one with about 300 hours on it. Okay, to break them off. Snapped right into place. Spark plug is about as bad as the other one. You want to make sure you spark these to 30. Gap them. Throw it on the ground. Make sure our boot goes on and snaps into place. And that's a snap. We're going to use the Kawasaki fuel filter on this mower. Fuel filter is located in the back here. Just take a pair of pliers and move these little things here. Now this would be a little easier job if the seat would sling up like all my other mowers do. Just push it back on all the way. Throw it on the ground. Put it back on. And you're all set. Now we're going to move to the last thing that we're doing in this video is the oil. I always use something like a cup to catch that. Now whenever I do an oil filter, I always use a gray Sharpie. If it's black and white, or a black marker on the white filter, I write the hours and the date of the oil change. It was definitely tore up. Take a little oil, put it around the gasket so it doesn't dry out. It seats perfect. Make sure nothing is way up here. We're gonna grab on my filter and tear it up. Also wipe this down, I got it apart. A little plastic cup works perfect. There's also a clamp on the hose that sits next to this, and it was rubbing, so it wasn't going in as easy. It's tight. I'm gonna give it about a quarter turn. Don't want to over tighten it. I always like to run a little oil in my machine to push a little bit more of the black stuff out. This won't get it all, but I think it seems to help get some of the older oil out. Give me a screwdriver. Now that we have all the oil that's drained out, wipe this a little, put a nut back on here, bolts. Tighten it up. And this also takes 2.2 quarts of oil. Now, as some people have made comments in my last videos, oh, you spilled a little oil. In the most generous way I can say in my video, who gives a shit? If you don't like it, don't watch my videos. Every now and then you spill something. If you think every shop is clean and nothing ever gets spilt or broken or employees don't cuss and all that, you must have lived in a very isolated life. This is the real world. There it goes again. Probably wouldn't help if I wasn't so impatient. Now you always want to start your engine for 5 to 10 seconds after you put 2 quarts in it. You're going to wipe the oil off if you spilled some like I did. Let it sit for 10-15 minutes, check it, and remember on these types of engines you don't screw the cap in to check the oil, you set it down, pull it out, and make sure it's on the full mark. We're going to clean this up. Change a new fuel filter, it's going to take a second to turn over. I'm going to choke our mower, half idle. Now guys, in this video, this is just, again, for those that don't know how to do a tune-up, that want to save theirself, you know, roughly, on this tune-up we saved about $260 by doing it ourselves. It's very simple. Spark plug is in a little harder spot than my other 4 mowers that I have here. But with any mechanic thing you do, there's always going to be one part that's not in the way. Save yourself some money. Now that you save money, go treat yourself to a good dinner or your family to a good dinner. And as always, have a marvelous day. Don't forget to subscribe.